Welcome to our doctoral information session. Our program is an EdD, an educational leadership. It's geared toward practitioner scholars, which means that our program invites students who are currently in positions in schools or in other educational organizations, broadly defined. We also look at leadership broadly defined. So it's not just administrative or administrator certification based. It's definitely made for leaders who feel that if you're getting an EdD in education, that you will be in a leadership position. So we look at leadership in relationship to social justice issues, equity issues, theoretically informed and evidence-based scholarship, data-based decision-making, and critical reflection. Why pursue a doctoral degree? There are lots of reasons, individual to almost each person. Some reasons to pursue a doctoral degree are to expand professional and personal opportunities and advancement in your positions, to understand the role of and apply sound research in professional practice, explore subfields of education, and broaden your thinking and understanding about complexities in educational organizations and systems. So in a doctoral program, most people already have a master's degree, so you are a master, you're an expert in your craft. A doctoral program sort of takes you to the next 30,000 foot level and looking at systems in education and looking at what are some things that we need to look at in terms of organizational management and change and making schools and places of education into awesome, thriving communities. Our program structure, currently we have one, but we have one coming up in January. So right now it's a face-to-face cohort model. We'll also have an online program beginning in January. So that the details about that will be coming out soon, if that's something that you're interested in. Our cohort programs typically begin in fall, and we have about 10 to 15 students per cohort. There are exceptions for people who may only want to take one class at a time or start in a different semester. You would just be taking classes with different groups of students. We call it, you'd sort of be off cohort, but mixed in with some of the same people at different times. So our program is 8 semesters of coursework. If you're taking 2 courses a semester. So in the long semesters, fall and spring, one of the courses that you take is a research methods class, and one is a content class. We meet on Thursdays throughout the entire program. So for our courses don't switch around each semester. So if you have things that you need, if you have, plans that you need to make and or individuals. So like when I started my program, I had children and it was hard switching around and finding people to watch my children with different dates and courses changing every semester. So our program is built around one night a week, Thursdays, with one class at 4:30 and one class at 7:10. It's a total of 51 credits, which includes an elective. And then, what else? Oh, our instructors are both full-time faculty members, as well as people with educational doctorates who are working practitioners in the community. If you are interested in leadership certification, most of the competencies are embedded into the program, with the exception of the internships, as well as a class or two, and that can be fulfilled with the elective. But those are the administrative certifications that we offer if you're interested in that. The dissertation process can begin as soon as the first semester. Our goal is to provide you with the skills that you need so that when you are ready to develop your dissertation proposal, that you already have the skills you need. Some people come in knowing what they want to research for their dissertation, other people don't, and that's fine either way. In the first semester, for example, I teach the first research class, and in there you do a scholarly literature review, which is the foundation of any research project. So whether you do that on a topic that you think you want to do your dissertation on or not is up to you, but we do begin that process right away. Every doctoral program at the end of coursework has what's called a dissertation reading or a dissertation writing class. Our class is this ED 902, and it is the equivalent of 1 credit of tuition costs per semester until you're done. Other places charge the typical 3 credits coursework each semester until you are finished. It's our Dr. Keisha Robinson sharing her thoughts. Here is our program website. If you haven't been to it, there's more details about our program on the website. And then I will let Erin Carden take it from here about the application.
So I'd like to walk you through the application process. So if you'd like to apply to the Doctor of Education program, the very first step is to complete an online graduate application. And I'll make sure after our session that I send you the direct link to the application. You do have to create an account in our application portal. And then once you do that, you can go in and apply through the online application. So along with the application, you're also going to find a personal statement on the application. It'll give you a prompt for what the essay question is, and you'll just need to write up your response in a separate document and then upload it into your application. Also, we're looking that you have a master's degree from an accredited institution with a recommended GPA of a 3.5. So as part of the admissions process, you will need to have your master's transcript sent to us from whatever school you attended. If anybody here did their master's degree at Arcadia, we can pull that transcript for you. So no worries there. But if you attended another master's program, you would just need to contact their registrar's office and ask them to send the transcripts to Arcadia. Whether they do that electronically, that is absolutely fine, or via snail mail, that's fine as well. We also would like to see a resume, and similarly to the essay, you'll be able to upload that directly to your application. And then finally, we'd also like to see 3 letters of recommendation. And these letters of recommendation, typically all 3 will come from a professional. So we'd love to see one, if possible, from your supervisor or from colleagues. If you have been in school, within the last year or so, if you could get an academic recommendation, that would be great too. But really the idea is that we'd like to hear from people who know you well in a professional or academic capacity, who can really speak to why you would be a good fit for a doctoral program, why this would be a good career move for you. And simply in the application, you'll notice there's a place where you can put your recommender's email address and name, and our system will send them an automated email saying, hey, so-and-so has asked that you be a recommender. They'll have to fill out a brief form, and then they can upload their written statements. And then once they hit submit, it'll come back into our application. So again, as you're doing the application, just make sure you have their name and their email address.
And enrollment management is super good about keeping up with letting you know when we receive certain documents and what is still missing, that sort of thing. Don't worry about having everything all together all at once to start the application. You can add things as you go. So we do not require any testing, no MAT or GRE test required. If you're seeking PDE administrative certification, their requirements are that you have 3 to 5 years, depending on the certification, working as an educator or in the field of study to seek certification. We typically don't do interviews, but if we have any questions, we will reach out to you. So thanks. So this is me. It's my email address, Hickman, my last name, Hickman P at arcadia.edu. And then enrollment management is admis@arcadia.edu. We do currently have scholarships available to apply for through the application process. They are for the EdD, Erin, it's up to $4,000, I believe.
Correct.
Dollars. And there's an essay portion that you'll get to in the application around your experience, activities, thoughts about social justice leadership. So you'll see that when you get to it. So yes, thank you for reminding me about that.
So how the tuition works is students are charged per credit. So our current tuition rate is $1,050 per credit, and our courses are 3 credits each. So I can break that down just to give you a sense of what you're looking at. What that comes down to is $3,150 per course. And as Dr. Hickman mentioned, you're going to be taking 2 courses per semester, so 6 credits each semester. So what that comes down to is $18,900 per year for the program. Now, you can also apply for financial aid if you are looking to take out student loans. You would go through that process if you've done that in the past through the FAFSA application. And we can most certainly reach out to you and give you the steps on how to apply for financial aid if you're interested.